Hey guys, welcome back to the Brain Vomit Podcast with your host, Camille Moody. Guys, let's get into some life updates before we start. I've been doing good. Okay, I've been doing real good. I feel like I've just been kickstarted up again. I feel like I was just like in a rut, like I felt stuck, and I'm finally out of it. Like the Lord has been moving. I've been feeling good. Christmas is in 2 days. Okay, y'all. Christmas is in 2 days. It does not feel like it at all. I have purchased everybody's gifts. I completed that on Thursday, and I feel so relieved. I went to Ulta today and I got myself a little treat. Okay, it was not necessary. I did not need new makeup, but I got it. Okay, I got the Bad Gal Bang mascara and I got some Juvia's Place powder. Feeling good. Yeah. Walmart was crazy today. I'm going to a Christmas potluck tonight with my boyfriend and his friends. I'm a little nervous just because I am still like getting to know them. I'm not like super comfortable with them yet. So I'm a little nervous. But we're going to potluck and I'm just baking some cookies and dipping them in chocolate, like nothing crazy. I wanted to actually bake something, but I just wasn't in the mood, did not have the time, did not have the energy to come up with something or research something to bake. So I'm just leaving it at chocolate chip cookies. And you know what? That is okay. And I bought the kit from Walmart. It's actually an Oreo dipping chocolate kit, but I'm doing chocolate chip cookies instead. I'm going to do half chocolate chip cookies, half Oreos, just so there's some variety. Excuse me, I just burped a little bit. One thing I also want to touch on is this bow trend coming back. Okay, I've fallen victim to it. No one can pull me out until I'm ready to be out, but I have been loving wearing bows. I just feel so feminine and girly, and I honestly feel like very like young. And like I am young. Okay, I'm only 21 years old. Okay, but I don't know. It just reminds me of being young again, and I really like it. And it has me thinking a lot about how now us that are a little bit older, like, in 20s and whatever, like younger, like adulthood is what I mean. Like those of us that are in younger adulthood, like 20s, mid to early 20s, we're, wearing the bows, being super girly, and it feels very childlike in a sense. It's like kind of like we're like backtracking a little bit, but it's good because we're young still, you know what I mean? But also it kind of brings me to the point of, which this is another video for another day, but I've been thinking a lot about the younger generation and how they're trying to catapult themselves to be way older. And it's been very like severe as of late. Like, of course, like every generation can say, oh yeah, us when we were younger, we try to be old so bad, but like, no, it's actually like a thing for the younger generation. They are, 12 looking 17. They are 14 looking 20, okay? They are 16 looking 25. And I think it's just because they are trying to, I don't know what it is. But I want to like look into it a little bit more because I saw a video online of some girl explaining her thoughts on it, and she explained it really well. So I'm going to like see if I can find some, I don't know if someone's like done a little research onto like what the big hype is about, like trying to make yourself look older, doing makeup like older women, dressing like older women instead of just being a kid. Like when I was 12, I was in my mustache phase, okay? Comment, ew, that was so gross. I'm not sick. I just snuffled, okay? Comment if y'all remember the mustache phase of like 2012, okay? That was me. Guilty as charged, okay? That was literally me. I was obsessed with the color teal, mustaches, and lime green. And I had like a mustache necklace from Justice. Like that was me when I was 12. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, I don't think, until I was like real makeup, 14, which is fine. But my mom let me wear mascara, I think, in 8th grade. But I don't know. It's just a whole different thing now. And I'm very curious about why that is. But today's topic, guys, is it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but I still wanted to talk about it, and my experience with it is EMDR therapy. EMDR stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. That's what it means. But I almost said therapy, but that's okay. That's what EMDR is, okay? And I did EMDR from May of 2022 to April of 2022 to May of 2023, and I had an amazing experience. My therapist that I had was just amazing, and I'm so thankful and blessed to have found just a very passionate and trained therapist on EMDR. I did not think that I was, how do I say? Whenever she told me what EMDR was, my therapist, I was like, I don't need this. Like, I don't really have trauma. Like, I don't really have any like big traumas. But the way she described it, she was like, in my opinion, like, I don't think you have like big traumas that have like crazy, crazy big things that have happened, but like you have a bunch of little traumas. And I was like, okay, like we can give it a shot. She gave me that option. She said, okay, we can try EMDR or we can try cognitive behavioral therapy. And I was like, I don't know. Like EMDR sounded really interesting because I've never heard of it before. I've always heard about CBT. Okay. Like every psychology class ever has talked about not ever. Let me chill out. Most of like my intro to psych classes, my general psych classes, my what's another one that I took? Bio psych class, like talked about CBT. So I was like, I've never heard of EMDR, so we'll try that. It's so cool. It's using like just different stimuli to help you reprocess and make these past traumas memories. And it was just so cool I don't know, and I was just reading online a little bit ago of people's different experiences with EMDR, and I just read one post that said they got over some severe trauma of theirs, like way different than anything I've ever gone through, in only 4 sessions of EMDR. I was like, only 4? I almost did EMDR for a whole year. Like, that is way more than 4 sessions. But regardless, it's just so interesting how it affects different people and like their rates of going through therapy. And that's every therapy, right? Like you can go to CBT in 4 weeks and be fine and be ready to be done. You can go to CBT for 2 years and still need more time, and that's totally okay. But I just found it very interesting for that one individual that it only took them 4 sessions. I was like, what? But yeah, I got to pick what color light I use. So how it works is mine was with a light. And I know some therapists will like use their like fingers to like make their eyes go back and forth. Basically, you stare at something and you watch it go back and forth with your eyes. Some people do the tapping, but most of it from what I've seen and looked up is from the light. And you watch this light go back and forth while you're thinking of the trauma and the memory and how that affects you and what you think of yourself because of that memory. And it's really interesting because while me and her did talk a lot during the sessions, it was mainly me who, how do I word this? It was, I don't want to say it was self-guided, but I figured out a lot just by talking out loud to her. She barely had to prompt me to think of things a certain way or, I guess like coach me into another mindset, if that makes sense. It was, I would watch this and 1 week it would be, on a scale of 1 to 10, like just really bad, like really affecting me. And then, the next week it would go down to an 8, and then the next week 6, back up to 8, and then it would just go like that time and time again. But the questions she asked were just really good. And I just loved the connection of the memory to the way I viewed myself. That was so interesting because I never realized how much pressure and how much hate I put on myself for past memories and traumas that I've experienced. It was just so cool. Also, I do that in every video. I wipe my lip gloss or my lipstick in every video. I just noticed that as I did it right now. I was like, do. But I had an amazing experience with EMDR. I recommend it if you are trying to deal with trauma and trying to, how do I word this? Because I'd say like, I still think about the things that have happened in the past. I do, but it doesn't affect me on the scale that it did before. It's now just kind of like a memory. And now it doesn't like necessarily affect the way I view myself or the way I view other people, which is the whole goal of it, right? Is to put those traumas in the past and kind of make them just a memory. And it's okay, if you think of the memory and it kind of like brings up a little emotion. That's not bad. It's just like, okay, is this emotion affecting the way you live, affecting the way you think of yourself, affecting your mental health? Like at the time I had very severe depression, but it is just so interesting. I just love the light. I got to pick my own color light. Okay. I had the option of having the light like jump from here to here, kind of like this, or having it slide. And I had it slide because it's just easier for me to follow, because doing this, like the clicking lights, it was just like, It was kind of like, I don't know, weird. I just preferred like the light that went back and forth. I chose a purple light. It was real cute. But yeah, I loved the therapy. I think it was a very suitable option for me. And my therapist even said that she was like, I'm glad we went with EMDR. Like, you are a pretty good candidate for it. And I feel like you're responding very well to it, which is always good to hear as well. And that is just exactly what I want to do for other people. Also, I just want to like talk about my therapist for a little bit. She is so amazing. And she was a believer. My dad like made it very clear that like he wanted me to go to a Christian therapist, which at the time I was not a big fan of. I was like, I'm not doing that. But I am so thankful I did, and I'm so thankful that like my dad kind of like made that a thing. Also, let me scoot back a little bit. I'm like, hello. Okay. I'm so glad my dad made that kind of like I guess like a rule, because I wouldn't have been able to go to therapy without their help. But I'm so glad that he did that, because we didn't even talk about God that much. Like, we did, but we didn't. The main focus was these memories, and most of them had nothing to do with like my faith. And the times that we would bring it up, like, she was just so loving and caring. And even when we didn't bring it up, I could just like feel the love of God like through her. And at the time I didn't know what it was and like why I just felt so seen and loved by her, even though she barely talked to me. Like, not that she barely talked to me. Okay, let me chill out. She did, but because that therapy is so like, I just talked myself through a lot. And like I said, she barely prompted me. So I was like, why do I feel so much? Because I was the Lord like speaking through her, and just her presence was very loving and safe. And I just felt God's presence through her, which was so good. And that's exactly what I want to do for other people. I'm still unsure if I want to, the dream would be to like get my PhD or my PsyD and be a doctor in psychology. That'd be so cool. I am just so intrigued by EMDR, like the stimuli of like, even she told me like, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. Okay, I had a coffee this morning. I'm feeling good. And this is brain vomit. We just talk about whatever. I say that in almost every episode, but if you're new, in case you're new, this is brain vomit, okay? Brain vomit is whatever Camille's thinking, it just comes out onto the microphone. Okay, I like it. I like it here. It's safe, it's fun, it's just my random thoughts, but I didn't remember what I was saying. Look at that. I said EMDR is so interesting to me, and I want to do that for people one day. And I would love to be a doctor in psychology, probably later when I have money to fund that dream of mine. But I cannot wait to be able to do that for people. And whether we talk about like faith or not, I'm just so excited to hopefully like show others love and patience and kindness through what I do for work. And that's like helping people through like their traumas, their memories, and just, moments. I've considered like many different pathways, but I like whatever. I think the path I want to take is just to have like the credential to where I can focus on multiple kinds of therapies. Like how like my therapist was like, she did EMDR, she did CBT, she did a couple other different types of therapy that she specialized in, and she had like the certain topics that she specialized in. Like that's exactly what I want to do. And I think my first step is being like a LCP. I think it's LPC. I'm just so excited to do that for other people. It's going to be really cool. I went to another therapist like before her, and she was an LPC at a larger company. Like my therapist, I almost said therapist now. She's not my therapist anymore, but she always said I can come back if I wanted to. Anyways, she did a private practice, but my therapist before that, she was an LPC at like an agency, and it was pretty cool. Like the office was kind of big, and like she had her own little room, and she had to decorate it and everything. That's cute too. Like imagine like decorating your own little office and like making it calm. Okay, everybody close your eyes. This is what Camille's future LPC or therapist office is going to look like. Therapist, psychologist office is going to look like. Everybody close your eyes, okay? It's going to be like a medium-sized room, not too big, not too small. It's going to have like a very nice couch, not velvet, because velvet is like kind of stiff, right? It's just going to be comfy. I don't know the material yet. Probably like I want like a very warm toned office. Just very chill vibes. I want like, like mid-century modern Okay, that's what I want the office to look like. It's gonna be very calm. It's gonna have like maybe like a burnt orange color couch. It's gonna have my chair over there. Very nice big old couch. I can sit cross-legged if I wanted to. Maybe like not when the client's there, just so I can sit professionally, but in my own time. Probably be like a white little, seat right there for me. I'll have my little desk on the side, and I'll just have like a shelf with like, a sculpture of the brain, maybe like, a little Bible on the shelf, some verses in scripture on the wall. Um, I don't know. That's like a plant for sure in the room. An aroma diffuser. I feel like that's so good. My friend Danny has like an aroma diffuser in her apartment, and it's so good. It's so relaxing too. I want one in here. Anyways, close your eyes again. And then on my desk it's gonna be like like a little, not mushroom shaped, like a little dome shaped lamp that is like a yellow tone. And I just want it to be like very warm tone, very calm, very much like, when your phone goes on to true tone mode at nighttime and it goes to that like orange color. That's the vibe, okay? No harsh lighting. It's going to be very chill, okay? But I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to like have people come in and feel safe in my space and just feel comfortable enough to talk to me. I've always had that for people towards me. Like, so, I mean, not for everybody, right? But for a pretty decent amount of people in my life, like I would have just met them and they tell me their entire life story and they're asking me for advice on very intense things. And I don't know these people. And they would always be like, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know why I feel so comfortable telling you. You're a very comforting person. I feel like I can tell you anything. And I just know that I just feel so thankful that people can experience like some sort of peace through me and comfort through me to tell me these things. And it just makes me feel so confident in my like career aspirations and goals. And I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. I had a little bit of a blip with like my college courses. I don't know if I talked about it already. Also, that's another thing, y'all. Like I repeat myself on everything. Like if I don't repeat myself on at least one thing an episode, like would this be Brain Vomit Podcast by Camille? No. But I repeat myself. Anyways, my classes, I found out that I was 2 credit hours behind. I thought I was going to graduate in May. I found out I was 2 credit hours behind. And basically, my counselor was like, okay, you can either take 6 classes in spring, graduate in May, take 5 classes in spring, take 1 summer class, still graduate in May, or you can wait till fall semester. And I was like, it's not worth the stress to get everything done. I'm like, you know what? I'll just take 4 classes in spring and then graduate in fall. I'll probably do, my 4 classes in spring, maybe 1 summer class and then 1 fall class because I really just want to like take my time. Like I'm not trying to rush through these classes, especially since these are classes I actually want to take. Like it's very important for me to listen and understand what I'm learning. Okay, I'm not about to, I don't know. I want to know what I'm talking about. Like this is a topic I'm so passionate about, but I'm so excited. I think also another reason I wanted to wait until fall to graduate is because there's this counseling class available, but it's only available in fall. I don't remember the name, but I saw it and I was like, I had to take this. And I think it's in fall. And that should be my last elective course so I can graduate. I'm taking my last language course in spring. I'm so excited. I am an ASL. For those of you that don't know, ASL, my name is Camille. Okay. I'm pretty decent. I can hold a conversation if I needed to. Some of my little kids at work, I'm a registered behavior technician for those of you that do not know. Some of my little kids at work, they use sign language. It's so cute. They'll be like, more, all done. It's just precious. I taught one of the kids how to say yes and no. So cute. Well, maybe I didn't teach him. But one day I did it, and he started doing it after the day I did it. So, do I take credit for that? I don't know. Okay. But regardless, I am just so excited for the future. I love school, okay? I love school so much. I've been doing really good ever since I came to the university that I'm at now. I'm just so excited for my future and what the Lord has for me. And I know I do not have the passion for psychology for no reason. And so I'm just excited to see in what ways He maneuvers me through that career field. And okay, so back to the school. I I'm actually really excited to graduate in fall instead, because one, fall graduation pictures are going to be really cute. Two, it'll give me more time to like look into grad schools and everything, because I felt so rushed because I transferred here last year. So last year was my first, hello? Yeah. Last fall was my first semester at UNT. There we go. That made sense. And I felt so overwhelmed because everyone had already started grad school process and everything. And I was like, oh, crap, I'm so behind. Like, I'm not going to make it and whatever. But that's that mentality that's going to kill it. Like, I'm not going to let that kill it for me. But anyways, I'm thankful for another semester so I can prepare and like find schools that are really going to suit me and suit me as like just the kind of person that I am. You know, I just didn't want to rush anything. I don't want to go to my school's grad program, and not because I think I'm too good for it. I just want to change. My friend went to the Chicago School of Psychology. I think that's what it's called, Chicago Institute. And there's a Dallas location, and there's online. So I really want to apply to that. I really do. So that's definitely in my head. But I just want more time. I want more time to just be intentional and focus. Because what's the rush? I really want to. This is not like a. How do I say? I'm not trying to do this as quick as possible. Like, I want to be intentional with what I do. I'm going to be intentional with where I go. I'm going to be intentional with my career choices, who I work with, what I work with, how I'm going to do it. Like, this is a very serious thing to me. I just know that this is what I want to do. So I'm just so excited. But all that to say, I would love to do EMDR therapy for somebody one day. Or like, how do I say? Distribute? No, come on. What's the word? Authorize? Host? No. Administer. I would love to administer EMDR therapy for somebody one day. There we go. Good job, Camille. Good job. Camille's word choice. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a few tries. But another thing, I have been trying to cut down my screen time, and today was the first time I did not get on my phone the second I woke up. Okay. I read my little devotional instead, and it felt so good. I feel so energized, and yeah, my phone is I'm not going to be a slave to my phone anymore. But that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about like my career aspirations. I wanted to talk about my experience with EMDR therapy, and it was just so cool. It's just so interesting. I'm going to look more into the history of EMDR because she told me about it like forever ago. But I just want to read into it again just because it's so fascinating to me. But it's something along the lines of when both sides of your brain are being stimulated, it helps you kind of dig deeper. I think that's what it was. But I'm going to look into it a little bit more. So cool. But yeah, if you're considering EMDR to process trauma and memories, and even if you don't have big traumas like me, because I don't have big traumas, I just have a bunch of like little ones, it's okay. You can still see if it's best suited for you. If not, there's plenty of other options to try. And I just hope and I pray one day that, you know, mental health will be accessible, like more accessible and hopefully free for everybody in a way to where therapists and psychologists can still get paid and also humans are taken care of. I hope to one day, like when I have kids, I hope to one day be able to provide for them to where like them seeing a therapist is like a doctor checkup. Like they can go like once a year or whenever they feel like it, every 6 months, just to get a little check-in on their brain and make sure that they're doing good. I would love to do that for my future 2 kids one day because I'm only having 2. Okay, because I heard through the grapevine, I heard they're expansive. Okay, so yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble today. And have a Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. There will be another episode before the New Year, okay? Your girl's trying to plan a little New Year's gathering. I don't want to say party because it's not a party. Okay, it's not a party. I'll probably have like, a few little drinks, like set up, maybe a little card game. I'm having like, maybe like 6-7 people over in my little studio apartment. Like, okay, it's not a party. It's a gathering. But that's all I wanted to say. Just thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and that the Lord will continue to bless you guys and keep y'all safe. And for those of you that have a tough time during the holiday season, you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are still loved. You are still cherished. And I hope you are able to find community in some way. But yes, Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you guys next week on the Brain Vomit Podcast. Bye.